Ashwin Ramaswami has become the first Gen Z Indian American to be running for a Senate seat. Ramaswamy is a Democrat, not to be mistaken with Vivek Ramaswamy. He is hoping to replace incumbent Republican Sean Still. Earlier, WION spoke to him on several issues, starting with his switch to the field of politics and the current status of his campaign.
I think it's really important in politics to make sure that people from all different backgrounds are represented. That's how we make policy that works for everyone. I used to work in software engineering. I was over at Stanford in computer science, but I soon realized the need for more people with technical knowledge in the government. When I worked in the federal government in cybersecurity and election security, and I soon realized that we need people in politics who understand these issues and can address the issues of the future. That's why I decided to join politics and serve my hometown in Johns Creek, Georgia. Our focus is going to be on three main issues. One is education, two is economy, and three is public safety. What that means is we want to make sure we fully fund our system. We're paying our teachers. We also want to make sure that we have more opportunities for entrepreneurship, more technology education, and finally, making sure that we have safer communities, access to healthcare, and reproductive rights.
Ramaswamy also shared his views on a very common concern among political observers, and that is the political awareness among Gen Z.
Yes, people are very politically aware, particularly my generation. We have lived through the policies that have happened over the past couple of years throughout our lives. We've seen the impact on how underfunding education and all these issues have caused, and we are very aware. I think the problem is we're not empowered to act on it. It's really hard when you are young in your 20s to actually go and run for political office, which is why I want to be an example and show the way so that more folks like me can have a voice as well.
Speaking to WION, Ramaswamy also expanded on his India connection, the Indian culture, and his learnings from the Indian epics of the Ramayana and the Mahabharata.
My parents came to the US in the 1990s. Both of them came from Tamil Nadu. My mom is from Chennai and my dad is from Coimbatore. And I've always been very much connected to Indian culture, whether that's through religion, through Hinduism, reading ancient texts, or learning Sanskritam, whether it's through language, like learning Tamil as well, or just learning about the history of Indian Americans in the US and everything they've done. So for me, growing up as a second generation immigrant, it's really enriched my life to have this background, both from the US and growing up here, but also the rich heritage of India as well. My biggest learning, I would say, is just thinking of things in a broader perspective. I think these texts are thousands of years old and they have a lot to teach us. My favorite verse from the Gita, which I thought a lot about after running for office, is a verse from chapter 3, verse 21. Yad yad acharati shreshtaha tad tad evetaro janaha sayat brahmanam kurute lokastad anuvartate. What that means is whatever action someone who's a leader does, everyone else follows them. And whatever standard they set by their acts, everyone else follows that as well. And for me, I've really thought about the idea that as a leader, especially running for office at this age, everyone is watching your actions. And everything you do is something which others may follow you. So it's really important to be careful and very conscientious with what you do, because you are helping to lead the next generation forward and help us determine what our priorities are and how we can address the biggest challenges that face us today.
For all the latest news, download the WION app and subscribe to our YouTube channel.